Good morning. My name is Ramon Ortega. I'm President and CEO of the Lancaster and Roseman Chamber of Commerce. And today we are honored to have with us the Mayor of City of Lancaster, Mayor R.REX PARRIS, who is going to be speaking to us about the state of the City of Lancaster. How are you doing, Mayor?
I'm doing well, thank you. The last year for the city of Lancaster has been remarkable in many respects in that we've seen cities all across the state, all across the country, cutting back, almost closing down. And in some cases, they've actually closed down, and the city has closed down and turned their functions over to the county. But in Lancaster, that hasn't been the case. In Lancaster, we've managed to thrive. And we've managed to thrive with cutting staff by attrition. Nobody got laid off, just we didn't refill positions. 40 positions down. So I'm just incredibly impressed with the staff and grateful to be able to work with such a staff that is able to grow when everybody else is shrinking. It's truly been a remarkable experience. And we've done that by recognizing that a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. And what happened is people have become totally innovative, totally creative in how they approach their job.
You must have a strong teamwork type of basis to work with.
Well, we got incredibly smart people who are willing to try things that have never been tried before. You know, one of the things we'll be doing is forming partnerships with businesses where the city will actually own part of the business. That is a model we picked up in China, that businesses are more likely to come into an area if the government is an actual participant. The city is an actual participant in the success or failure of the business. So that's the newest thing we'll be working on for 2011. The biggest thing we have going, I think, is we're going to become, if we're not already, the alternative energy capital of the world. There are more innovative, new energy technologies evolving out of the desert floor that are just going to knock people's socks off. The KB Homes with BYD out of China, who created a house that produces more electricity than it uses. Nowhere else in the world is that being done. The solar facility is totally innovative. It is able to produce electricity cheaper than anywhere else in the world without having any carbon footprint at all. And then we have Beautiful Earth coming in that's going to redefine the way products are being made, and those factories will be opening right here in Lancaster.
Well, not only are you taking a forward step in trying to keep the economy out, but I also know that the city is doing a lot of things with the neighborhoods in reference to the wellness houses that you have built around.
Well, it's clear to me that the only way we're going to thrive as a city is if we start recognizing we're in this together. That the days of the city doing things for the neighborhood and the neighborhoods waiting around for it to happen are over. It really is a partnership between the city and the people who live here. And we're providing the means for each neighborhood to develop innovative ways of becoming a better community on their own. And we're doing that with the wellness homes, which is a way we're going to be treating, I think will become the new model for treating disease in America. Because you can walk to it. It's a house that's right in the neighborhood, and people who have health conditions that need to be treated, like diabetes, heart disease, things of that nature, that we can have a preventative role in, and therefore not clog our emergency rooms when it becomes a crisis. It's just going to be a new way of approaching healthcare. And both Kaiser and HealthNet have dove into this and have put volunteers in there and are funding it. It's just an incredibly creative way to provide health care to the neighborhoods. On top of that, we have the neighborhood impact homes. The neighborhood impact homes are operated by the churches, and now every child in these neighborhoods have a safe place to go when their parents aren't home. I mean, let's face it. Most of our hardworking families, both the husband and the wife are working, and there's a period of time where the children are left alone. That's intolerable. Now they have a safe place to go. There's tutors there. There's people to care for them. There's a sense of community. And it's all starting to work together now in ways that I think are going to change the way every city operates.
That has made quite an impact on the quality of life for the citizens of the Lancaster City, I imagine.
I actually thought it was going to take longer to actually feel the impact, but we're already feeling it. I mean, the neighborhoods are safer. The people are talking in ways they've never talked before with each other. There's, we've had numerous events now on the new Lancaster Boulevard where we've had upwards of 30,000 people there at one time and not one police incident. And what that tells me is that the people in this community are recognizing that they're part of this city and they're beginning to respect it and come together and enjoy being a community and taking care of each other, which is something we're going to continue to foster.
Obviously, you have a very strong city council, but in relationship to all the things that you're doing, you develop a partnership with not only the business but the citizens.
Well, that's really the only way this works. That there isn't the budget to do things we used to do. What we have to decide is, do you want this to be your community that you take ownership of, that you're involved in on a daily basis? And what we're seeing is people are wanting to do that, and so we're forming partnerships with them. And there isn't a week that goes by that somebody doesn't come up with an idea to form a new type of partnership with the community. And the science behind urban growth is pretty solid, robust science. But the one thing we know for certain is the more community groups we have, the more small groups we have involved in every facet of the city, the more a city will thrive. That's why we now have, I think, 5 commissions with 7 members each. The goal is to get as many citizens as involved as possible who want to participate, to have an active role in how their city's managed. And so far it's working, and I think we're going to see another year where we accomplish things that, as I sit here today, we haven't even dreamed of yet.
Well, Mayor, thank you very much. I'd like to remind everybody that the Mayor will be giving a more in-depth report at our Chamber Luncheon, which is going to be this January at the University of the Antelope Valley. For information, you may call our chamber at 661-948-4518. Mayor Parris, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.